Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. This is WJCL 22 Morning News. See us
She was a wonderful girl and a wonderful wife, and she was a great mother.
Emotional new audio out this morning of Alec Murdaugh moments after he says he found his wife Maggie and son Paul shot to death. What it reveals about the timeline of their death and his call to 911.
There are nearly 24 fake nurses working right now in the state of Georgia. How investigators say they got real licenses and what they're being asked to do now.
New leadership means a brand new vision. The changes you can expect to see in Lowcountry this year with a new Beaufort city manager taking over.
Today, the possible end to COVID-era health emergencies. Why it isn't all good news and when you could start paying more for health care.
It is right now 5 o'clock on your Tuesday morning, and we are taking a live look. This is Henry C. Chambers Waterfront Park in Beaufort. A foggy start out there this morning, and we want to thank you so much for starting your day right here on WJCL 22. Good morning. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. Meteorologist Melissa Hall, she's here as well. And Mel, we just saw the live image there from the Lowcountry, and that's pretty much all of our viewing area this morning. A lot of fog.
Yeah. A lot of fog, a dense fog advisory for everyone. No one left out of that. But patches thicker in some spots than others, so don't be deceived. It didn't look that bad there at Henry C. Chambers Park, but maybe you're making your way over into Effingham County, Frank, your stomping ground. I'll tell you what, yeah, down to zero visibility for a lot of folks out there from Springfield. You can see it there, down Jessup, Darien. So not the time to get in a rush this morning because it might be not so bad in your area, and then you come upon an area where it is going to be very thick fog. A little light drizzle to go along with it. That dense fog advisory lasts until 10 this morning, and you can see it out there across the area. A little while ago, we couldn't even see the Talmadge Bridge. So your bus stop forecast, maybe you're in charge of carpool this morning. We have that fog. Give yourself that extra time, but temperatures, yeah, it is very mild. We're in the 50s. Some of us warmer than our average high temperature for this time of year and this afternoon. Back into the 70s, even with all those clouds, and it's going to be muggy. So your weather headlines show you that dense fog advisory till 10. Milder temperatures for now, but heavy rain overnight Thursday into Friday. And after that front that brings that 1-2 inches of rain that we have coming in, well, this weekend looking a lot cooler, and those rain chances aren't going anywhere. We got a series of fronts that want to move through, so we're going to track them out, time them out, and take a detailed look at this here in that certified most accurate forecast.
It was just so bad. They did it so bad.
Well, happening in just hours, the Alec Murdaugh murder trial set to continue. The once prominent South Carolina attorney now facing 2 murder charges, accused of shooting and killing his own wife and son. For days now, we've heard from several law enforcement agents and experts who combed through that crime scene in Colleton County back in June 2021.
And now jurors are hearing brand new audio of an interview with Alec Murdaugh and those investigators as the defense puts the state's evidence under a microscope. Now, for the first time, jurors are seeing a new interview Alec Murdaugh gave to police days after his son Paul and wife Maggie were shot to death on the family's property.
Wonderful girl and a wonderful wife, and she was a great mother.
Murdaugh at times seems distraught, telling police that he was sleeping inside of the home and then woke up and texted his wife as he was leaving to visit his mother. Prosecutors say cell phone data places him on the property at the time of the murders. Murdaugh called 911 about an hour later.
Bad, they did it so bad.
Murdaugh then tells investigators Paul lost the same type of rifle used to kill Maggie.
Yeah. Okay. And it got, he says it got stolen. And it's been gone for some time.
The state has not recovered the murder weapons. It comes as the defense puts the state's evidence under a microscope. Both victims were killed with different guns, and a crime scene investigator admitted she could not rule out the possibility of 2 shooters.
Would be 2 shooters. I'm sorry? Yes? No. But one explanation of this data would be 2 shooters. One explanation, not the, but one.
Not the only one.
Yeah, not the only one, but it is a reasonable explanation.
The defense suggested the crime scene was contaminated.
The police be walking through the scene?
No.
Do we know what other evidence they may have destroyed?
I have no idea.
That's right, we don't.
As this case continues to unfold in court, the family of Stephen Smith is also seeking justice. Investigators found Smith dead on a Hampton County road back in 2015. Now, the investigation is back open based on information found during the double murder investigation of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh.
If that involves the Murdaughs, let the truth be told. If it doesn't, that's fine. We're going to let the facts dictate that. We're not out on a witch hunt on anybody. We are seeking the truth.
Coming up in the next 30 minutes, the intensifying search for answers and what his family's lawyer is saying about the next steps in the case. And don't forget, you can stream the entire trial. It is live on our website at WJCL.com, or you can track the updates with our WJCL 22 News app. And make sure that you also download the Very Local app. That's where you can watch anything that you might have missed from our newscast.
All new this morning, nearly 24 nurses across the state of Georgia are being accused of getting licensed using fake diplomas. A brand new investigation out this morning from our ABC affiliate up in Atlanta reveals the Georgia Board of Nursing has asked 22 nurses to voluntarily surrender their nursing license. So far, none have. The board sent those letters out 2 weeks ago. According to the report, these nurses are among the thousands who paid $15,000 for a bogus diploma from 3 different South Florida nursing schools. Well, this morning, the circle of punishment is widening in the brutal police beating death of Tyree Nichols.
Now, a 6th and 7th Memphis police officer are off of the job, as well as 2 EMTs and a driver. We now know one of those officers, Preston Hemphill, was among the first officers to arrive back on January 7th. The big question from Nicholas's family this morning is why isn't he facing charges, and why wasn't his name released until now?
I think that all of them should pay, along with the white officer that was tasing my son. How come he hasn't been charged with anything?
We're just looking at everybody, even people that were filing reports afterwards. We're making sure that we have done a comprehensive investigation.
We've told you 5 police officers are facing charges. They were part of the Scorpion unit, now permanently deactivated.
Well, right now there's new leadership in the Low Country and a new vision for the booming city of Buford. We want to go ahead, check in with our Nakaya Carrero. She's live out in the Low Country there in Buford. Nakaya, you asked the new city manager what he plans to do in his first few months in office. What do you have to say?
Yeah, Frank, Scott Marshall tells me he doesn't want to make any drastic changes. He instead wants to move the city forward and keep it going in what it's been going. Instead of making any drastic changes, he tells me he wants to continue the work of the previous city manager while also finding a way to work better.
So we may reorganize staff slightly if we think we can gain some efficiencies in accomplishing the objectives that council set out for us. We have an opportunity in March. We're doing some strategic planning. We have a retreat plan for the first week of March, and that will help us reset our priorities.
Another item on his to-do list in the first 6 months is the budget for the city of Buford, which he says will take a community effort to create.
It's nice to include not only your city council, but your key staff and your stakeholders and your citizens, because again, we want to be sure at the end of the day, we have the kind of city where people want to live, work, and play.
Coming up in the next 30 minutes, what's drawing so many people to the Low Country, and how the city manager says he plans to capitalize it while keeping that historic charm right here in Buford, what it's known for. Frank, back to you.
All right, thanks so much. Our Nakaya Carrero live in the Low Country for us this Tuesday morning. Thanks, Nakaya.
Well, happening today, the U.S. House will vote to end all COVID-era public health emergencies this spring. All right, Milu is up in Washington with the changes that it could bring to your health care.
Well, Emma, President Biden says he opposes these Republican resolutions to abruptly stop these declarations, which could really upend the healthcare system, setting instead a date for May 11th. The changes following that date will impact people both on public and private insurance, meaning out-of-pocket costs for COVID healthcare like testing, vaccines, and treatments once the national stockpiles are depleted. As many as 14 million people could lose their Medicaid coverage when continuous enrollment ends. Hospitals would also lose funding increases for treating COVID patients. The White House says ending the emergencies would discontinue Title 42, a COVID-era immigration policy that stopped most asylum seekers at the border. And lawmakers will consider these House bills today and Thursday to end the COVID emergencies, which are not expected to pass the Democrat-controlled Senate. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou, WJCL 22 News.